Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball here, looking at the New Orleans Saints playbook, and I have a little bit different of a scheme here. Obviously, we're going to be looking at a very more heavy set. We have 2 tight ends, 2 running backs on the field, only one wide receiver. That's obviously vastly different from what you're going to see on, I mean, you play online, you watch football, whatever it is. Very different from a modern NFL offense. But we're going to run 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and kind of go out of here. So I have my audibles up here. We have 2 run plays, 2 pass plays, and the play that you come out in, usually I just pick a play, and you know that's kind of what the scheme is. But this is sort of whatever you kind of like here. Whether you want it to be a halfback dive that you come out in, have that extra run play that at your disposal, whatever it is. Power O, maybe you like power O, maybe you want to have the counter. I'm going to come out in slants, very basic play. That a lot of different people can just add to their scheme. Really quick before we jump into the video here, I just want to jump in and say I know the videos have been very inconsistent, so go ahead and stick around to the end of the video if you're interested in channel schedule and what the future of the channel, I guess, what the upload future of this channel looks like. So we'll kick it back to the video. I just want to get that in there, and yeah, hope you enjoy. I don't want to face even 6-1, so we'll just come out in 3-4 odd. We'll back the ball up here a little bit, and kind of show you the scheme. It's not a run scheme. It's not a it is more of a run scheme, I guess, than a pass scheme. Obviously, you have 2 tight ends, you have 2 running backs on the field. You want to be able to run the ball. I came out in 3-4 because that's kind of what, if you do this over and over and over and over again, your opponent isn't just going to play nickel. They're not going to play dime on you. They're going to have to get out of it, right? If you're going to be able to run the ball, and they're going to have to go to a heavier set, hopefully. That's kind of the idea with this scheme, right? And then once they go into those heavier sets, like here, they have, 4 linebackers on the field in this case, right? I should have came out and even in nickel just to kind of show you the idea. We'll come out in nickel, and we'll show you what the idea of the scheme is, and hopefully we can just throw out that as well, and we can kind of explain what we're working with here. Coming out in slants, we'll just match with any nickel play. We already have the ball backed up. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get light boxes. When I say a light box, I'm looking at, from our left tackle to our right tackle. In this case, kind of from our left tight end, Hill, to our right tight end, Johnson. That's what we're going to call in the box here. So in the box, let's just count them, right? We are starting over Hill there, going left to right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down linemen, kind of with those outside linebackers. 5 down linemen plus 2 linebackers. That's going to be 7 guys in the box. Even call it 7.5 with the nickel corner over there, kind of cheating in. 7.5. Okay, so on the run game here, we're going to have, 3 blockers with Hill and the 2 guards. The center's 4, and then, 3 on the other side with the tight end and the guard and the tackle over there. So we're going to have 7 blockers, 8 blockers, in the run game, in the pass game with our fullback. Okay, so that's cool. So they have 7.5, we have 8. That sounds good. Let's run the halfback stretch, right? There you see it lights up green. We have a numbers advantage. Let our guys get out there a little bit. Jamal Williams doing his thing, getting a big body out there, kind of a bigger back for this as well, is, something I personally like. Again, same thing. 3 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers, 2 stand-up linemen. Sounds good to us. Of course, we're talking about the stretch, right? As our run game. We have the numbers advantage in the stretch. In the fullback dive, we don't. The fullback dive, you're going to need, I'm not saying you can't have success, right? Against, even say this, right? Here we have 7 down linemen, kind of deal a 7-man front, I guess you'd say, against 7 run-stopping threats. Here, we can still, Christian Wilkins is going to can't even tell who that was. 93, good play. But, of course, not that you can't have success with that, but the fullback dive. You have 7 front. They actually have almost 8 in the box. So not really the most favorable thing to that. But you just want to go on ahead and hammer away at that. That's cool. I'm not saying, of course, you can't have success. Here, they kind of have everything a little bit spread out as well. Just with the 2 linebackers, maybe you're thinking, okay, if I can get to that second level in the run game, maybe one of these guards can get up to the second level. You pick up 4 or 5 yards. That's not too bad, okay? And, of course, the idea with this scheme is keep the chains moving, keep ahead of the sticks, right? Make it easy for yourself on 3rd down. Make it easy. Give yourself a 2nd and 3 or something like that. But run game, pretty simple here. Again, of course, just do counting, right? If you can count, you can do this scheme. So here, they're going to give you the whole, kind of cut it up, take 10 yards, 9 yards, something like that. Of course, we'll take that every single time in the run game. But yeah, the run game, super simple. You have your run up the middle, like I said, run outside. Of course, you don't necessarily have that run left, stock, unless you come out the counter or something like that. But in this scheme here that I have presented, there's no run left, but I still like the numbers advantage. I still like what this scheme can do for you, just in a purely simple, just counting aspect of it. But That's enough for the run game. I don't want to hash that out too much. We already done probably too much on that anyway. Let's get into the passing game. PA tight end cross. Of course, if you've watched these videos on this channel here before, you know that we're going to block our running back, right? We're just going to come out. We want the 6-man protection. The running backs, they still are not the most consistent thing in the world, but getting a 6-man protection is better than a 5-man protection in my book, so we're going to do that. But what we're trying to do here, we're trying to hit Hill in this crosser, you know, have our fullback out in the flat, try to pull down zones that way, have Johnson and Olave kind of clear out the zones, you know, going up the field, and then, you know, have Hill kind of in that sweet little honey hole there. And of course against man, something like that. I mean, bro, you gotta, you know, Derek Carr, but you gotta hit that throw. Of course, you're still getting that against this kind of look here. Kind of looks like you know, cover 0 look. But if you get those cover 2 looks, that first tight end, you know, Johnson, he's gonna attack those cover 2 looks. Same with Olave. Just a really nice scheme. Here you go. There we go. Finally, that's what we're looking to do, right? Pull the zones down. Have the you know, the 2 posts carry the guys down the field, carry those deep blues down the field, and that's exactly the honey hole, the you know, the little spot that we're trying to dial this up to. And of course, I mean, you can go, you know, play off this as well. Maybe you put Williams on a little bit of a check and release. Maybe they're not blitzing at all. You feel comfortable. Maybe they're only rushing 3, something like that. They've been only rushing 3 or 4 the whole game. Cool. Throw your running back out on a little block and release, on a little, you know, I mean, he didn't get out of the backfield there, but, you know, send him on a little option route, something like that. You know, just send him in a different, send him on a little out to the left, anything, you know what I mean, just to throw your opponent off. Here we get that cover 2 look. Linebacker looks stupid, and we still can't complete the pass because we have Derek Carr as our quarterback, I guess. But regardless, here we'll try to attack that one more time. We get that cover 2 look. We'll just block up our running back. You see those safeties, you know, split the middle of the field. Cool. He does kind of pinch down on it. Doesn't quite get to it. Maybe should have waited for Olave to kind of, you know, show that a little bit better. But regardless, we're still attacking that. Oh, my God. What in the world just happened right there? He just motioned right to, I mean, it looks like probably cover 2 invert, something like that. Yeah, cover 2 invert. Oh, my God. Derek Carr, bro. Okay. Besides the point, you get what we're trying to attack. Hopefully you have a better quarterback. Hopefully you can make some better decisions than I'm making. PA tight end cross, still a really good play. We're trying to set up the crossing routes. And, of course, if you have Hot Route Master at this point, stuff like that, tight end apprentice, you know, putting your other tight end on a crosser as well and just having deep crossers go burr, we like that. We like deep crossers in this game. We like just deep crossers in general. A really, really good way to, you know, mix it up as well. Just with that slight variation from a post to a crosser, and that one tight end can really make the play run better, in my opinion, run a whole lot different. So, last pass play, though, or I guess second to last pass play, we'll get into slants and stuff like that. But PA tight end power, of course, we'll work in the middle of the field, so we want to kind of have something to, you know, work to the boundary and stuff like that. So, of course, we'll start off just by blocking a running back. And, of course, you know what we're trying to set up. We have Hill coming over on, you know, kind of I don't want to call it a delayed crosser, but, you know, a slower moving, you know, working across the middle of the field on that end. Have patience. Your fullback or presence, whatever bro's name is. Of course, we're just running sail, right? We're running the fullback to the flat. Olave is the clear. Johnson is what you're trying to hit on the little tight end corner here. Here they give us man. See if we can't hit it anyway. And no, we're not going to be able to hit it anyway, but that is what you're trying to set up. Hopefully your butt team, hopefully the team that you're using, you're scheming up guys, you know, in better situations than this here. You do like Taysom Hill with his speed, but that's what we're trying to set up, right? Pull these guys to the flat. I mean, here, even Taysom Hill actually even pulled the guy to the flat for you, setting up that. Olave clearing the guys out down the field. Boom, again, setting up. Again, and actually in a similar spot to the PA tight end cross, we're just getting to it from a different way, right? I mean, literally almost the same exact spot on the field, but we're just getting to it a different way. So again, we'll block up our running back. Actually, let's go on ahead and, you know, maybe we'll put him on a out to the left, you know what I mean, kind of creating crossers almost underneath crossers with him and Hill. So we'll kind of do something like that. I mean, should have just hit Hill. Hill was wide open. I don't know why I just didn't throw it. And that's kind of the progression you have to read it, right? You kind of have to see what you're doing with your corner with the tight end and the flat from your fullback, and then kind of go from there, right? We'll kind of block it up again, right? We'll read corner flat, corner flat, corner flat. Okay, got to come off of it. It's man. Taysom Hill, your other tight end, your second tight end, working across the middle of the field. Really like this. Really good way to keep your opponent off balance. Just, you know, switching directions. You are hitting the same spot on the field, but you're getting to it from different ways. You're doing different things with the run game, things like that. Really do like this scheme out of New Orleans. Last one here is just slant, and of course, I mean, this is for, you know, getting to if your opponent's doing something specific, right? If you, I mean, of course we don't have, outside apprentice or any ability that would be, allow us to get to those cover two, beat those cover two looks. But I mean, say your opponent just keeps spamming cover two, cover four, something like that. Boom, you run curls, right? You block it up, you run curls, and I mean, of course you don't want to run something like that, but you run a three-man concept, right? You run super simple, right? Maybe he's been heating you up all day. Okay, cool, that's fine. We'll run curls. We'll run curl to the right side of the field. We'll run Taysom Hill right down the middle of the field. Of course, this is like a cover three look, so you don't necessarily just want to do that. Cover one hole type of thing even. But I mean, just the ability to go on ahead and just have this in your back pocket, block everything up down the field, right? You're putting Olave on a curl, putting Taysom Hill on, to stretch just the middle of the field. Hopefully, your second tight end typically would be like, your more gadgety tight end anyway. Hopefully, you have someone that's, super quick, super fast, that can really just hit the middle of the field, running, boom. And if not, I mean, you have the curl, right? You're running against man, something like that. Having of course, I don't have Hot Route Apprentice. I don't have Hot Route Master. That does change as well, right? Being able to put your two tight ends on crossers, or leave this play right as is. Leave Johnson and Olave as the slant flat, and then being able to put Taysom Hill on a crosser. Here we'll put him on like a block and release crosser. You could see, to stretch that field that way. Putting him on a out route, if you're facing like here, this looks like a cover zero look to me. Being able to put him on just a corner route, that's great. That's very, very great to have. But of course we don't have that here. But if you have that, that makes this play and this scheme even better. So out of this Saints playbook here, I mean, you just take those free yards, right? Yeah, we just take those free yards. Super simple scheme though. Going heavy it really does simplify the game, right? It makes the run game more numbers based. You just count up front. Do you have the numbers? Do you not? Okay, we'll run the ball. Okay, they're giving us this cover three look. Awesome. We'll run that deep crosser. It's very simple. Going heavy does simplify the game a lot, and that's why I kind of like going to these videos here. So if you guys have stuck around here to the end, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end here. Of course, if you stuck around to the end, I'm assuming you're a longer time viewer of this channel. We've been inconsistent to say the least, but I do want to get on a schedule here. I do want to upload at least a couple times a week. I'm thinking a game. Of course, I mean, my style of this videos here is just when I have something good, I go on ahead and I put it out, right? I record it. I get a good scheme. I find a good scheme I like, something like that. I record it, edit it, put it out. End of story. That's how the videos come out. Of course, you see what happens whenever the other side of that, right? The inconsistency. But of course, life, things like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to schedule this out. We're going to have 3 videos a week. We're going to have a gameplay. We're going to have an offensive scheme, and we're going to have a defensive scheme. So the way I think that we're going to run this here is we're going to do the gameplay on Sundays, right? We'll do an offensive scheme on Wednesdays, and then we will do a defensive scheme on maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. So, of course, this one's going to be, this is Thursday here. We're going to be uploading this one. This one's going to be a little bit out of whack. And just to get going, it'll be a little out of whack, but that's going to be the plan going forward. Gameplay on Sundays. We'll kind of be breaking down like a scheme. Maybe we'll get into a regs game. We'll kind of figure out what kind of series we want to make out of that. But I do want it to be sort of a series of, building upon a scheme and, more scheme, oriented type of videos as opposed to like going after players, going after cards, things like that. So we'll have that, and then we'll have, like I said, the offensive scheme, which, you just kind of watch what those will sort of be. Hopefully we can expand, make them even better. Defense scheme, same kind of thing the other way. Of course, the more consistent we are, the better, the more schemes we can have, the longer videos we can have, stuff like that. But that will be the plan going forward on the channel, I should say. And yeah, hopefully we can continue this. Hope we can, build up some momentum again. We crossed that 1,000 subscriber mark, so hopefully we can, carry that momentum, build up some momentum again, and, keep growing the channel. So appreciate you guys watching the videos, liking the videos, all that good stuff. Keep tuning in. We're going to keep trying to put these out. And yeah, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, new videos. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you guys in the next one.